Hi yoga friends, I'm Sarah Mapes. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's practice has been specifically designed for older kids to early teens, but anybody can do this practice, so grab mom and dad and bring them to their mats today too. When we get to the standing sequence, we're going to have a bit of fun. We'll go through the postures with an explanation of what they're all supposed to look like, and then we'll move through them a second time a little bit faster, and then a third time as fast as we possibly can. So let's get started. Coming into a child's pose to begin today. Child's pose is on our knees with the tops of our feet on the mat, and then sit back on your heels. For today's child's pose, we'll reach our arms out long in front of us, and then bring your forehead down to the mat. Begin taking even inhales and exhales. We'll try and maintain this breath process throughout our practice of even inhales and exhales. Take both arms over towards the left side, feeling a good stretch in your right side body. Coming back through center and over towards the right side. Feel a stretch in your left side body. Placing both hands in the center, come forward and straighten out your legs, lowering yourself all the way onto your belly. On your belly, place your hands underneath your shoulders so that your elbows are in tight towards your torso, not hanging out to the side, but in nice and tight. And then bring your forehead down to the mat. Inhale, lift up into a baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift higher yet. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up as high as you possibly can. Exhale, lower down. Bend both your knees, reaching your hands back behind you, taking hold of your feet. As we inhale, we're going to lift our head and our chest and our legs, making bow pose. Inhale, lift everything up. Maybe even do a little bit of rocking and see if you can get yourself up just a little bit higher here. Exhale, lower down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift everything up. Maybe rocking back and forth. And lower down. Placing your hands down on the mat in front of you. Tuck your back toes under and lift yourself up. So now the tops of your feet are flat on the mat and your bottom is up in the air, and walk your hands forward. Come into puppy pose. Anybody else picture a little doggy trying to dig underneath a fence with their bottom straight up in the air? This is us. Take your left arm underneath your right, threading the needle. So you've got a little twist here in your upper body. Bringing your left hand back to center, take your right arm underneath your left, threading the needle on the other side. returning to our puppy posture. Lift yourself all the way up onto your knees. The next pose is called Camel Pose. We're going to try and keep our hips over our knees in this position. Tuck your toes under. And then we'll start to reach back towards our heels, trying to keep our hips over our knees. So reaching back, taking hold of your heels, maybe not today. And then maybe we release our head back, maybe not. It's okay, wherever you're at today is a good place to be. And then lift yourself straight up, like Dracula coming out of his coffin. Let's do that one more time. Roll your shoulders back once. Think about having really good posture here. And then as you start to reach back, bringing your arms towards your heels. Think about lifting your hips over your knees and bending your back. Maybe you release your head, maybe not. Lift straight up like Dracula. All right. Place your hands on your mat and lift your hips up towards the sky, finding downward facing dog. In our downward facing dog, we're pressing firmly into the mat with our hands. Index fingers are out nice and long, and your other fingers are spread wide. Your heels might be off the mat, they might be on the mat. And if you have really tight hamstrings, your knees might even be bent a little bit. Think about drawing your torso back towards your thighs. Look forward towards your hands. Step your left foot forward between both hands and lift yourself up to standing. So you'll notice that there's a line going down the middle of my mat. My heel is in line with the middle of my back foot. Bend your knee so that your knee is stacked over your ankle. You don't want it to dip in, you want it to stay stacked over your ankle. That will protect your knee and keep it safe. And then lift your arms out in front of you, reaching as far as you can in both directions. This pose is called Warrior Two. Look out over your left fingertips. Bring your left arm down to your left thigh and reach your right arm in a circle, and then take it out as far as you can towards the left. This pose is called Extended Side Angle. You can take your gaze up towards your right fingertips. And then lifting your arms up, our knee is still bent. Turn your left palm up and reach it out overhead, coming into reverse warrior. Your right arm can go down your leg here, or you could reach it around your back, seeing if you can take hold of your left thigh. And then as you come up, straighten out your leg. The next pose we're going to do is side triangle pose. So our hips are open to the side, but your right hip, your back hip, is coming forward just slightly. This just slightly motion will help to protect your hip. If you were open all the way to the side, you could have hip problems much later in life. Take your arms out to the side, reach as far as you can over towards the left, bringing your hand down to your shin or your ankle or your foot. Take your right arm in front of you in a big circle, lifting it up towards the sky so that your shoulder is just behind your arm. Take your gaze up towards your right fingertips. Then we have a balancing pose just for fun. Bend your left knee a little bit, place your left hand down on your mat, and lift up with your back foot. Take your right arm up to the sky. This pose is called half moon. And then bend your left leg, your standing leg, and bring your right leg back. Come up to standing, turning your left toes in and your right toes out. Bend your right knee so that your knee is stacked over your ankle. Your heel is in line with the middle of your back foot. Lift your arms so that they're reaching out in both directions. And look out over your right fingertips. This pose is called Warrior Two. Bring your right arm down to your right thigh. Left arm comes in a half circle in front, reaching out over as far as you can towards the right. An extended side angle. Keeping your right knee bent, lifting your arms back up to Warrior Two, turn your right palm up towards the ceiling, reach it out overhead, coming into Reverse Warrior. Your left arm might go down your leg, or it might reach around towards your right thigh. Straightening out your right leg, take your arms out to the side, reach out as far as you can towards the right, bringing your hand down to your shin or your ankle or your foot, wherever you are today. The left arm comes in a circle, reaching up towards the sky. Take your gaze up towards your left fingers. Inside triangle pose. Bend your right leg, placing your right hand to the right of your foot, shifting your weight and lifting up into half moon. Bend your leg with control, bringing your foot back to the mat. Coming back up to a standing position, bring your feet together at the top of your mat. Let's move through those poses a little faster. All right, step your right leg back. Bending your front leg, coming into Warrior Two. Bringing your arm down, find extended side angle. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your leg. Reaching out to the side, finding side triangle. Place your hand down on the mat, shift your weight over, lift up into half moon. Bringing your leg down to the mat, turn your left toes in and your right toes out, bending your knee. Finding Warrior Two. Bring your arm down to your thigh. Left arm sweeps out overhead for extended side angle. Reverse your warrior. Straighten your right leg out. Coming down to find side triangle. Place your hand down on the mat, lifting yourself up to half moon. With control, coming down, straightening up, turn your toes, step together at the front of your mat. Okay, let's see how fast we can do this. Stepping back to warrior two, extended side angle, reverse warrior, side triangle, half moon. Woo. Coming down, switching sides. Warrior two, extended side angle, reverse warrior, side triangle, half moon. Awesome, you guys did it. All right, let's try a little bit of balancing work. Ground down firmly with your left foot. Find a spot to gaze at, something that's not moving in front of you. That's called our drishti. Bend your right knee, taking hold of your right foot. You might hold on to the outside or the inside. It's personal preference, whatever feels better to you. Take your left arm out in front of you and start to lift your leg behind you, coming into dancer pose. Release your foot and we'll do the other side. Ground down firmly with your right foot, spreading your toes, feeling into all the parts of your foot. Bend your left knee, taking hold of your left foot, outside or inside, totally up to you. Reach your right arm out in front of you. Find your drishti, your spot to gaze at that's not moving, and lift your left leg up behind you, coming to find dancer. Release your foot, give your legs a little wiggle and a shake. Step your feet into a wide leg stance. Bring your hands together at heart center. Bend your knees and slowly lower down, coming to find malasana, our yogi squat. Bring your bottom down to your mat and the soles of your feet together in front of you. In yoga, we call this bound angle pose. You might know it as butterfly pose. Sit up nice and tall, creating length in your back and your spine, your neck, your head. And then fold forward, trying to keep that length. Come back up to a sitting position. This time we're going to round out our spine as we fold forward. So making a big round shape. Start to walk your hands forward. Bringing your head down towards your feet. Doesn't need to reach your feet. That's just the general direction we're headed. Lift yourself back up. Boat pose is next. So we're going to make ourselves into the shape of a boat. Lift your legs up so that your legs are straight out in front of you. Your arms can come out to the sides. Your back is as straight as you can get it. Take a couple of even inhales and exhales here. And then lower your feet back down. Straighten your legs out in front of you. Roll your shoulders back once. Lift your arms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, fold forward towards your toes. Reaching towards your toes. You don't need to be able to reach them. Just think about reaching towards them. Keep looking at your toes so that you think about reaching towards them. Lift yourself back up to a seated position. We're going to do a side twist next. So I want to show a couple of different things that you could do. You could bring your legs into a comfortable seated position and then just twist around from one direction to the other. The other option would be to bring one leg up in tight. So this is like you're in a half lotus position. And then bring your right arm around behind your back, wrapping around your big toe, and then twist towards the right. Release this posture and take the opposite crossing. So if you had your legs in a comfortable seat, take a different leg behind and a different leg in front. And if you came into a half lotus, different foot is on top this time. Reach your left arm around behind your back, taking hold of your big toe. Your right hand comes to your left knee, twist around towards the left. Release the twist. Come to lay down on your back. Straighten your left leg out and take hold of your right big toe. If you can't straighten your leg out here, you could hold on to the top of your leg, or you could grab a strap or an old necktie to wrap around your foot. Straighten your right leg out and take several even inhales and exhales here. In our hand to big toe pose. Take your right leg out towards the side. Bring your leg back to center, release your foot. Bring your left leg in. Straightening out your leg. Take your left leg out towards the side. Bring your leg back to center, release your foot, hug both knees into your chest and rock back and forth across your spine. And then take hold to the outsides of both feet and bring your knees to the outside of your torso, lifting your feet up, coming into happy baby pose. You could do some rocking back and forth across your spine again if that feels good. Straighten your legs out on the mat. Take both arms out to the sides, palms facing towards the ceiling for Shavasana, our final resting posture. Close your eyes, soften your face. Let everything in your body relax. Let yourself feel heavy on your mat. Slowly start to bring feeling back into your fingers and your toes. Wiggle your fingers and your toes a bit. And then roll over onto one side. Slowly making your way up to a seated position. Bring your hands together at heart center. And at the end of our practice, we bow forward and say namaste. Namaste means the light in me bows to the light in you. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope that you had fun and enjoyed this practice. If you did, hit me with a like, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment down below, and let me know what you would like to work on. I'll see you again on the mat soon. Thanks.